because we're imperfect human beings and we live in the imperfect world, we could make decisions that could have like a catastrophic consequences to our life, right? And it's just so easy to mess up our life because of sin, okay? And whenever we mess up our life, there's consequences, okay? There could be legal consequences, there could be financial consequences, there could be consequences on our relationship with others. And there are times when our lives are messed up, it's hard to see how our lives could be rebuilt. I've experienced that. When I messed up my life when I was in the Philippines, I don't know how my life will be rebuilt. I thought my life will be doomed forever. That's why I couldn't imagine like being here in Canada, serving as a priest, and being here at St. Mary's. I didn't imagine that when I was in the Philippines, when my life was so messed up. Okay? But that's by the mercy of God. That's by the mercy of God. It's nothing to do with me. It's by the mercy of God. And because God is not the God of second chances, because He's the God of many chances. In our first reading today, it's so beautiful. Israel also messed up. They fell into idolatry. And Jeremiah, the prophet, was already prophesying to them, there will be consequences. Okay? In fact, like he already prophesied that Judah and Israel will be deported to another country and be there for 70 years. Right? And yet the Lord is giving Jeremiah, in our first reading today, a message of hope. He told Jeremiah, come, go down to the potter's house, and there I will let you hear my words. So I went down to the potter's house, and there he was working at his wheel. The vessel he was making of clay was spoiled in the potter's hand, and he reworked it into another vessel as seemed good to him. As I've said, God is the God of many chances. Does that mean that we just continue to mess up our life and hoping that, one day it will turn out well? No. We need to submit. Just like this clay need to submit to the potter's hand, we also need to submit ourselves to God's hand. That's why we need to humble ourselves and repent. Repent from our sin. And you will see a miracle that will happen. How God will rework, refashion, reform. In fact, what will happen is that what God will create will be more beautiful than your past. Right? And it's a beautiful thing. And we see that in the saints. St. Paul, who was a murderer, right? St. Augustine, who was suffering from addiction to lust. Blessed Bartolo Longo, who was a satanic priest. Okay? And we see that in our day-to-day life. We see people who are addicted, who are criminals, people who are atheists, and the Lord reformed their lives. That's why whatever happened in our past, it will not be wasted. The Lord will use our past to give a testimony of God's power, God's love, and God's mercy. And we will be able to share to others what the Lord has done in our life. Okay? But as I said, we need to humble ourselves. We need to submit ourselves to the hands of God. That's why Father Bob would always preach, right? Give God permission. Whatever is in your past, the Lord could rework that. The Lord could refashion that into a more beautiful thing that is so attractive, that will inspire many people. And by that, you will bring many souls to the Lord.